Chapman in motion. He'll fake it to him. He'll run it himself. 10. Outside the numbers. 20. He's at the 25-30. Back to the middle of the field. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the Memphis 30. Outside the hash mark. Back to the numbers. Blake Horvath. He just went to the checkerboard end zone. 90 yards for a Navy touchdown. Wow!
An electric atmosphere, an electric call, electric moment for the Navy midshipmen as Blake Horvath joins us now. And 90 yards to the house. That was one of multiple scores on the day as the Navy midshipmen take down the Memphis Tigers in the first big upset so far. It may not be called an upset very soon, Blake. You guys are 3-0 and playing some really good football. Appreciate you taking some time, but talk to us a little bit about that moment for you and really the electricity in the building and how it radiated to help you guys come out on top.
Yeah, I think, that moment in the game, fourth quarter, it was huge. And we talked in the huddle. Coach Newberry's like, man, we really need to score here. And I think, not a lot of us thought it would be the first play. I had an inkling in my mind with the play and how they played it earlier that it could be. But, I was more interested in trying to maybe go 10 plays, 12 plays and score. But, we'll take the points however they come. And, I think everybody in that play was just, excited, playing their butts off and, help us pull out a win.
You mentioned how you saw it pre-snap, maybe the way that they played it initially and kind of thinking that could be the opportunity to take it 90 yards. Have you ever had a touchdown like that before, 90-plus yards away, where it's really just you versus the other 11 on the opposite side?
No. Honestly, 90 is, I think, my career long, like all my career from maybe, Pee-wee football and above. So I was a little more tired in the end zone than I thought it would be, but I think I was just too excited to even realize it. So, in that moment, it's honestly too much space to know what to do. And so you're just trying your best not to get hawked. I think that'd be the most embarrassing thing, but, you're just sprinting, trying not to think about anything. I told people I blacked out a little bit. So that's the honest truth.
Blake, this has been the most points for Navy football through the first three games since the year 1918.
Wow.
Just unbelievable. For you being the leader of this offense, what is it like, managing, commanding this hybrid wing T exciting offense that we've seen so far?
I think the biggest thing is we're just having fun. And, that's what it comes down to. Everybody's excited to get out there and play. And, we don't get upset by a 3-and-out or anything like that. And I think, everyone's just coming together and sort of playing as a complete unit. And Coach Cronic is doing a great job at heading that and getting some great calls in for us, And so I think, a lot of it goes to him and what he's done for this team and this offense. And, I'm just blessed to be surrounded by him and all the other guys around me. And I think we're just having a blast. That's the biggest thing is, we're just excited to get out there and play. And, all those points sort of show that. And 1918 is definitely a little crazy over what is that 106 years?
Yeah, quick math there. when Drew Cronic first got here and you hear hybrid wing T and study up on what he had done at previous stops, what was your first reaction to, learning it and really being able to take on this new challenge of, a brand new offense this year after installing a new offense a year ago as well?
Yeah, so this has been my third offense in 3 years here as a junior. And so I wouldn't say super excited to have to do that for a third time. But once he got in and got to know him and, his vision of how he expected this offense to be, I was super excited, super bought in right away. I think his ability to communicate with the entire team, with me, is great. And, really, honestly, one of a kind for a lot of people I've met, especially people in his position. And so I think just his ability to build what he wanted in our culture as an offense and instill that confidence in us that we hadn't really had in the past few years as an offense. We've been underperforming. And so I think that was the biggest thing is just building that confidence piece back up so that we can just go out there and play free, play loose and make some plays.
And it takes a special quarterback to do that as well. You talk about the communication from the players to the coaching staff, but they also need a type of coach on the field. And usually that happens out of the quarterback position, and the way that you've helped lead this. And I love calling it the sling tee. I don't know if you guys call that in the locker room, if that's what you guys call it too, but the way that you guys have set up the sling tee to success, a lot of that credit lines up with you and how you communicate. Where did you kind of learn that element of your game and take that to the next level going into the year?
Yeah, we like to call it the millennial wing tee as well, is what our offensive line coach calls it, Coach Guillermo. So, but the biggest thing I think is just the people that I've met here and leaders that I've experienced, whether that's military, Coach Ken, Coach Newberry, all those guys, Coach Jasper, just their ability to sort of instill that in me, and just the importance of being a quarterback. I think that carries a lot of weight, and I think it's the most important position in all sports. And so you have to sort of be that coach on the field, and Coach Cronic has to have full trust in me that I know what he's saying and what he's calling and how everything's supposed to look out in the field, so I can make adjustments or fix things if it's not right, because he's up in the box up top. So I think that's a big piece between us, just the open communication and just being able to see what he sees from up in the box on the field.
Now, Blake, it's a big week, right? You guys are going on the road to UAB, big conference game, but also the life of a mid. You guys have a big exam week also on the yard going on right now. Give us the spark notes of a daily, your life schedule of what it's like, so different than any other college football player across the country, of what you go through, and just some of the fun classes and different things you get to experience on a day-to-day.
Yeah, so it is exam week this week for us, our first set of exams during our 6 week of classes. So they're called 6 week exams, not anything special, but usually it's wake up around 7 o'clock, a little bit before then, go down to breakfast. Classes start at 7:55, and then it's about every hour, 8:55, 9:55, another class will start. So it's definitely interesting, and then we have lunch around noon, come over to football, get some stuff done within the football team, go back to class, then come back here for practice around 4. So it's definitely busy, and especially this week with a lot of the exams, they carry a lot of weight for us as midshipmen in our academics. And so a lot of guys love to focus on those and have to focus on those just to make sure that we can play well on the football field and take care of our business academically. But there's a lot of great classes to take as well. I was telling you guys how I just came from cybersecurity. Get to take a lot of leadership courses, ethics courses, which is really interesting to hear about experiences from leaders who have done it in the field of the military or in other areas, studied it. And so that's the biggest thing is, learning from all these people and trying to just take as much in as possible.
It is really cool getting to hear the life of a midshipman, and you guys do a phenomenal job of balancing both football life and, of course, duty to your country as well. I mean, are there any role models that you've kind of followed in the footsteps after, whether that's somebody that somebody that you've just looked up to, and a mentor at this point in time that's helped you to get where you are and to be the well-rounded young man that you are as well?
Yeah, I mean, the first people would be my parents, and just everything they've instilled in me. Effort wise, hard work wise, just being a good person above all things, and focus on academics. I think my parents would be more proud if I was a scholar athlete than anything else. So those are the biggest things. And my high school coaches as well, just for everything they did for me leadership wise. And then just, like I said, instilling the work ethic to sort of be successful here as a midshipman, and not really my life even adjusting that much due to sort of already living this way within my old football teams and within my own household.
Well, Blake, it's so impressive to hear everything off the field, but equally as impressive is what you and this offense and this entire Navy team in general has been able to do this season. A lot of fun to watch, and wishing you the best of luck along the way.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck on those exams.
I appreciate it. I'll need it.